Wicked is the untold story of the Witches of Oz. Long before Dorothy drops in, two other girls meet in the land of Oz. One, born with emerald green skin, is smart, fiery, and misunderstood.
That's right. The other is beautiful, ambitious, and very popular. Wicked tells the story of their remarkable odyssey, how these two unlikely friends grow to become the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda the Good. And this Broadway staple is now playing at Popejoy Hall through October 5th. And joining us now is the man who runs all of Oz, the wonderful wizard, played by Tim Krasinski.
Good to meet you,
You
Tim.
are wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I have a whole song about wonderful, but
Yeah, that's right.
sometimes I'm the not so wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
but it depends on
as we learn. And it's it's really interesting. We'll talk about Wicked in a second here. It was really fascinating to me as we were talking earlier on the show. It's an origin story, but really kind of seeing how so much is turned, you know, on its head. You know, Elphaba is, you think all of this for so many years, and everything is just turned on its head in Wicked, which is fascinating to me. Even the wizard. You know?
Oh yeah. Things are never what they seem.
Yeah.
Peaches sometimes turn to cream, and this is a whole different take on a story. It's just like it's like putting on a different pair of glasses and looking at it like, oh, I never saw that before. It's it's a whole. You think you know what went down in Oz, but it wasn't really the truth. Somebody else has got a case to make, and the Wicked Witch of the West has got a nasty tale to tell. It's great.
Yeah, it's
really
really
fun.
fascinating.
Yeah.
So, we'll get back to Wicked. I'm a huge fan of Wicked and The Wizard of Oz.
crazy
But I'm
about
going to talk a little bit about your past. So, Saturday Night Live from 81 to 84.
Yeah.
How was that? Was it
great.
incredible?
It was Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Mary Gross, Jim Belushi for a while. It was Robin Duke. It was crazy. It did it for 4 seasons. Actually, after working on the show for 4 years,
There's Drew Barrymore.
they said there was we're going to have a party at Studio 54, and I said, "What's the occasion?" And they said, "It's Eddie's 21st birthday."
Wow.
And I'd already been
Is that
working
Joe
with him for
Piscopo
4
right there?
years. Yeah, it's Piscopo. Yeah.
Wow. So what was it? I mean, you know, Tim, you are a comedy legend yourself, and you're really working along all of these other comedy legends. You know, I remember you growing up. I was a huge fan of the Police Academy movies.
Oh God!
You know what I mean?
You know,
And
Bobcat's coming to
Sweet
town.
Chuck
You
was-
should get
yeah,
him
that's
on
right.
your show.
He is.
He's coming October 2nd. We're having lunch.
Was he?
You put in a good word.
Oh
Tell him
yeah,
to come
I
see
will.
us.
I'll tell him.
Yeah, you guys come on. Both
You have
come
that
on.
free food, he'll be by.
Exactly. Hey, we'll get you, if you and Bobcat come on, we'll make sure
We'll
we
get
get some
food.
free food
And
for
I'm
you
going to
guys.
bring him to see Wicked too.
There you go.
Because he's never seen it, so I'm going to have him see the show because it's a matinee that day. We actually, people think the show's sold out. It's only like Friday, Saturdays. There's still tickets for through the week and on Sundays.
And that's the thing, Tim. You know, a lot of people in New Mexico, and you know, a lot of theater companies really trying to train audiences, and you know, because in New York, it's Mondays are the only dark days.
Yeah.
Shows are happening Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Wicked happening these days of the week. I mean, you've got a lot of chances to see this show.
And 2.5 hours before every show, there's a lottery.
Yeah.
And you can go sign up for the lottery.
I
and-
was there. I read the names for one of them.
Oh, you did?
I did on Friday. It was really exciting. People show up, you sign in. You have to make sure you sign in the allotted time that they give you, and then you give out names, and it's only
$25.
That's right.
Yeah, and you can buy 2. And you got a chance of winning this lottery. You're
Yeah.
not going to win the Powerball.
No.
This one, you could actually win this lottery. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
So,
I-
yeah, go ahead. We have like
I
a
know.
million
Yeah.
questions we
There's
want to
so
ask
many
you, Tim.
questions. Okay, so when you are preparing for this role, do you look back at The Wizard of Oz and do you kind of try and base it off of that wizard at all?
No,
Are you a fan of The Wizard of Oz?
I'm a huge fan of The Wizard of
Okay,
Oz.
good.
Yeah, fabulous. But I took it off the script.
Okay.
And what's there, and when I read it, and I'm going, how can I make this work? And I try to make my wizard a little funnier and a little charming than maybe your average wizard.
Yeah.
So that, you know, has different dimensions to his character. That when he's not so nice, it's like, ooh, what happened there?
Yeah.
So and it's, you know, it's also a really, really funny show.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
And those two witches, they are funny women, and they really, it's a laugh riot.
You laugh, you cry.
Yeah,
all
you
of
really do.
There's
And
so
you're
many
right.
emotions when you see it.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
also guys. People think it's like, you know, it's a good guy musical
Yeah.
too,
It
because
is.
there's certain musicals that are like for men, and we got flying monkeys, we got
Yeah.
flying witches, there's smoke, there's
The
dragons,
stagecraft and the production value of
Yeah.
the show is phenomenal.
Oh,
it,
man.
it really is a lot of fun, you know, especially the end of Act 1. I mean, it's really, you know, I don't want to give anything away,
Yeah.
but the theatrics
Incredible.
of how it ends is phenomenal.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
You look and you go, how did they do that?
Yeah.
I'm watching from backstage and I'm going,
You're
this
still
is the
amazed
real
by it.
show,
Yeah.
backstage, watching a crew of 40 people
Yeah.
fly,
I
all that
bet.
stuff. that's quite amazing. That
Yeah.
backstage view of what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a ton of seem like you have so much fun when you sing "Wonderful." Is that your favorite song or
My
"Sentimental
favorite.
Man"?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wonderful is a favorite and my wife did musicals for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
and she was bugging me to do a musical, and so the musical I get is like the best musical in the history of musicals. It's astonishing, and I get to do this silly, stupid dance around stage, and I have a great time. Doing Wonderful is
It is.
just,
And it's
so
such a
much fun.
funny song.
yeah, it's a wonderful. Well, Stephen Schwartz he wrote Pippin. The music, the writing, and the music on this show. It was written by Winnie Holtzman, who wrote what's Claire Danes' first show with the kids? I can't
My So-Called Life.
My So-Called Life.
Yes.
Yeah. She's a brilliant writer. She also wrote on 30-something.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
Stephen Schwartz's music is There's not. It's beautifully written. The score is insane. It's like it's flawless. This
Yeah,
show.
it's an amazing show.
It
So
is.
Tim, you're only here through October 5th. You're going to have a few other cities you hit. You hang up the hat for The Wizard. Is there another musical on your horizon?
I would do another musical in a wink.
heartbeat.
I wish I had discovered them earlier
Yeah.
because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a blast. I'll do another musical. I'll probably write another movie, but in my spare time, I love this musical stuff now.
Fantastic.
Great.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see it. When you bring another musical, you got to bring it back to Albuquerque.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Please do.
Oh, great. Here's the thing. You and Bobcat Goldthwait do a
Yeah.
musical. Do a musical version of The Odd Couple.
Zed and Sweet Chuck.
There
That
you
is-
Zed and Sweet Chuck. Exactly. I am
Singing
waiting
and dancing.
for that.
You know that George Wendt played Edna on Broadway, and he was my buddy from Second City.
Yeah.
We did The Odd Couple together last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine George Wendt in a dress and dancing? Yeah. But Zed and Sweet Chuck, the musical.
The important thing is you imagine it. You script it. You make it happen for us to watch. It's a
All
real
right.
pleasure to meet you. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
Brittany,
Guys,
thanks.
Thank you so
again,
much.
Wicked happening through October 5th at Pope Joy Hall. Go to unmtickets.com if you have not secured your tickets. You can also head over to Casa.com, click on the Style tab. We will have links there. And we'll see you and Bobcat in a couple weeks, my
Thank you,
friend.
Chad.